things like, that must be really hard for you. Like a lot of that. But I love those. Those are my favorite. Hi, I'm Taylor-Alexis, and this is a safe place to talk dangerously about the life lessons in your 30s and all other shenanigans. So if you're new to my channel, welcome. And if you're returning, thank you. So again, if this is your jam, make sure to hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you here for weekly content. Okay? All right, today, this topic, I felt like I dropped the ball on it. I probably should have released this on October 3rd, just because it coincides with Taylor-Alexis Tuesdays, whatever. I haven't really coined that yet. But I want to talk about mean girls. And not just, mean women. There could be mean boys, mean men out there. But mean girls behavior, and how to deal with it. Because nobody has time for adult bullies. Let's get into it. So mean girl behavior is just really a survival tactic, right? It's just relational aggression. What does that really mean? In a nutshell, it's aiming to make you look bad to others. It's the gossiping. It's, that person feeling like they have some sense of power when really they're kind of weak and lame. And to be honest with you, the cause of it could be like a number of things, but ultimately I think it's usually people that are kind of insecure, immature, maybe they're not where they want to be in life, and they have this kind of envious thing for whatever reason. And one day we can talk about that emotion or that feeling, because envy or jealousy can be good. It can be channeled into other things. It's just when you start using it against others that it becomes a lot of that mean girl behavior is super egotistical. But like I said, the list can go on and on and on and on, and I don't want to bore you with that. So examples of this mean girl behavior, right? Number one, gossiping, talking shit, spreading all of these rumors to paint a narrative. Like, that's number one. Two, the verbal slights. Ooh, I love those. Those are really subtle, right? Those are the subtle remarks, things like, that must be really hard for you. Like a lot of that. Love those. We'll get into how to deal with that in a second, but I love those. Those are my favorite, okay? And then lastly, there's all kind of like cliquish things that are happening, that kind of stuff. I think the biggest example that kind of irks the out of me is the like women empowerment brunch types. Like they're just so pro women, but behind the scenes that they're talking about the person, who's putting together the hors d'oeuvres or whatever. You know what I mean? That kind of mean girl thing. I hate it. I can't, because a lot of times too, they'll be like, oh yeah, I'm a girl's girl. It's like, nah. For me, anytime you have to say what you are, I don't trust it. I'm not buying it. I don't know if that's from, living in New York, being skeptical, but no. Like, imagine you're on a date with somebody and they're like, I'm a good guy. You know what that means? He's horrible. It's a horrible person. Because again, if you are, it should exude from you. Like that should just be spilling out of your pores, or you get to learn that within time. I don't need you to tell me, you're this, you're that. Let me see it for myself, Anyways, how to deal with the mean girls and the mean girl behavior. Number one, I think, have compassion, right? Try to understand, put yourself in their shoes to understand their motives, right? Now, mean girls or people that exhibit mean girl behaviors, let's just call it MGB. MGB, those people usually appear confident, but in reality, if you observe them long enough, not so much, and they lack a lot of self-esteem. In my heart of hearts, I truly believe that if you are confident in yourself, you don't really have time to be doing all of that. You don't have time to be putting energy into being mean to people for no reason. You know what I mean? You don't have time to be like inquiring about someone's business just to like spill it to somebody else. No. Like I said, the MGB behavior, that's usually somebody that's hurt. They are, what's the saying? Hurt people. It's like that. So wish them well, never hell, but be blessed over there. Number two, stand up for yourself. Stand your ground. I'm not saying you got to be out here and be an itch, but just don't be a pushover. Assert yourself, stay true to your boundaries. And if you do choose to confront the person, remember there's a high chance that they will go from villain to victim. Just remember that. Or they might not even care, see your side of things. So, use a little bit of judgment to figure out whether you want to confront them or not, but stand your ground. Project confidence, right? Like in some shape or form. You know how animals can smell like when a human is in fear? It's kind of like that. I'm not calling mean girls like animals or anything, but I find that mean girls, or people that exhibit mean girl behavior, tend to sniff that out. They will try their best to rattle you, but let me tell you something. Stand 10 toes down. Stand on it. What do they say? Stand on business, okay? Even if it means ending communication, because look, life is already hard. Do you want to continue to surround yourself with people that are constantly bringing you down, or there's so much resistance every time you interact with them? No. Mean girls often crave attention, which brings me to my next point. Make sure to disengage. Take their audience away. Stop the show. Stop reacting. Starve them, okay? Just do it. It's okay to distance yourself from them, right? Sometimes you just don't want to be in that kind of environment, because guess what? Energy is transferable. That shit is draining, right? And you might not be able to do that in certain places like church, I don't know, work. I find that work mean girls are interesting. I've had a couple of those, and I'm just like, it was usually older women, and I'm like, girl, I'm on your team too. We try to do the same thing here, but I'd say kill those people with kindness. Now, you can do that. You can also go to HR. That's a great resource. I don't know what you can really do in the church. Pray about it. Go to the pastor. I don't know. Withdraw. Whatever. But, they always say kill people with kindness. Right? I get that. But then it's like, well, how much kindness do you have to kill people with until there's change? You know what I mean? That's a question that you have to ask yourself, I guess, and figure out what your limits are and just get out of there. And lastly, I would say love on yourself, right? I'm talking about getting out of there. Go where you're loved and supported fully, and leave those people behind. Leave the mean girls. Don't even engage. Seek new circles. I promise you, it is way more fulfilling to create connections that are not built off of stupidity and gossip and just foolishness. Seriously. It's better to be alone than to be in bad company. It really is. And if you are finding yourself in positions where you have to constantly be the bigger person, ask yourself, why? Why am I around smaller people? Why do I continue to subject myself to that? And just keep going down the line. Even when you have an answer to it, just keep saying, well, why do I do that? Why do I do that? Why do I do that? And then eventually you'll be like, we're not doing this anymore. We're just not. So let's wrap, okay? Ultimately, life is too short to waste it around people who exhibit mean girl behavior. We don't have time for that. That is not conducive for a fun life. It's just not. Whether we have these relationships or friendships for years or decades, let it go. If it's no longer serving you, let it go. Remember I was talking about being aligned and figuring out what's aligned for you, and it's okay if you're not on the same path? Let it go. Try your best to surround yourself with people that have your best interests at heart, that care, that consider you. If you want to take on another lesson and maybe try to figure out why that person's being mean and seeing what you could do to help them, by all means. But do not exhaust yourself to the point where you're not taking care of yourself, okay? Boundaries. Hopefully that helps with dealing with mean girls. Let me know in the comment section if you ever had any situation like that and what you did to kind of get away from it, or if you yourself were exhibiting mean girl behavior and you saw the light. Let me know. So if you made it this far, comment Regina George, okay? Thank you for watching. I'm Taylor-Alexis. Make sure to subscribe. I will see you back here for more weekly content about life in your 30s, okay? It's a safe place to talk dangerously. Signing out. Peace.